This is Julian in his race car. You think the cops are gonna show up? Maybe.
There's something sitting in the garage that indeed is not an E46 M3. It is a 1969 Austin-Healey Sprite.
Alright, we got it running here, so we're gonna take it around the neighborhood, see what she does. This transmission is a race build transmission, so no synchro in first gear, they're straight cut gears. Yeah, let this bitch warm up. Alright, so this thing's really hard to drive below 3,000 RPMs. As you guys can see, when I get above 3K, it starts to pull. Alright, so this thing's hot as f. Well, it's not like hot, like it's cool. But the exhaust goes right under my ass. So, try to, oh. Shut her down.
So I'm picking this video up a day later. When I got back with Austin-Healey, the cop showed up at my house. My neighbors over there just really don't like me because we don't have a shared driveway, but our driveways are like touching each other. Yeah, they don't like me. So they called the cops, but the cops were cool. They're like, oh yeah, that thing's sick, blah, 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 blah. Just don't do it again. And I'm sure they'll be back here in a couple weeks like they always are. Full race car, everything. I bought this car last summer in hopes of getting it to the Grand Prix this year. So we're gonna do a video series on getting this car all ready for the Grand Prix. It's a 1089. They've made so many different variants of these engines. It's like 1.1 liter. These are MGB carbs, so they're off of a 1.8. They flow a lot more. This thing has a 304 race cam, ratioed rockers, 14.5:1 compression, and it should make about 120 horsepower. Now I'm gonna put the fenders on. I'll tell you what, it's a nice day. I'm just gonna roll the car outside and do it outside. I'm gonna mock up the fenders for the Healey. So these are the fenders that are going on. They're cut for over fenders. I have 3-inch over fenders. These are stock. They're actually in pretty good shape. It's a little bit of surface rust on there, but I'm gonna have that fixed up. Yeah, so as you guys can tell, the fenders on this thing are massive. Like, this is where the stock fender would normally sit, and these things are huge. They're pretty beat up. You know, they're all fiberglass. They've seen their races. And then the rears that I'm putting on are fiberglass, same as these, but they don't come out as much. They go on with these Zeus fasteners, which is pretty cool, so I can take them on and off whenever I want. I don't really have to do much to those because they fit pretty well. It's all quick disconnects. There's a disconnect right here, Zeus fastener, and then there should be 2 10s, but I have the one out right now, and then a 10 in there. I'm gonna whip off the other fender, get the one on, see how that goes, and then I'm gonna film putting the other one on, and then we'll do the rears. The rears are super easy. These fasteners, basically, they're a flathead. You take them, you just kind of pop them in like that, and then they come out. Here's what they are. There's a little spring, and then you guys can see when it turns down in there, sits on that nub there. Then it locks everything in. So I'm gonna whip all the fenders off, and then we're gonna mock these ones up. A couple days ago, it was like 70 when I had the car out and I was working on the car, but now it's 20 degrees. Welcome to Pennsylvania. But I was gonna show you guys, I got metal fenders. Excuse the tape marks, but I got metal over fenders. So they're gonna sit like that. Obviously, they're gonna be like tacked on and everything. They're gonna cover up the tire, which it has to be to pass tech inspection. These are 2.5 inches flared, which 2.5 is legal for VGR, or well, the class that this is racing in. The big wide fenders, the big wide red fenders aren't legal because you can run too big of a tire, so, which is kind of annoying because you could just put a smaller tire on, but I get it, it's racing. I got the fenders Zeus fastened on. I don't like the fitment of this one fender here. Probably needs a different lower Zeus fastener to pull it closer to the body. The fronts fit pretty well. This is dirty because the old fender used to hang down. You guys can see the line where it used to hang down. I have to take these off of that, then put them in there so it'll go in. Once I get everything sorted out with that, it's gonna go to Mr. Winter. You guys know Scott Winter, that's his dad. He's gonna paint this thing, repaint it. Oh, and the roll cage. I need to raise that main hoop because it's too low for any taller drivers. So the next video on Austin-Healey is gonna be these bad boys. Ooh. These are so small. These are almost like motorcycle calipers, but this car also only weighs 1,200 pounds. But these are for the rear. So in the front, we have Willwoods in the front, but in the rear, I have a disc conversion because there's still drums in the rear with the adapter Johnsons, so I'll do a video on that. This video was kind of like an introduction video for this car. This thing has an aftermarket master cylinder setup, a Tillotson setup, which is really good, but somebody used .5 brake fluid, which is horrible. It's that silicone stuff. It's not good. It like gets clogged up. If you use Motul, it's good for especially these cars because they're so light. Like you don't need .5. So this has .5 in its system. I got to take all the brake lines off, clean them out, blow them out. But yeah, the brakes are going to feel awesome on this thing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as an introduction to the Austin-Healey. Yeah, so next Austin-Healey video, we're going to take apart all of that right there, blow all the old nasty brake fluid out, put new brake fluids and with the Willwoods. So see you later, guys. Thank you for watching.